Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Bobby Smith. I'm the field president and a major shareholder of Powur, a public benefit corporation out of Southern California. We are very excited to have all of our guests here tonight. You're going to hear about a company that was recently voted the fastest growing solar company in the United States by Inc. magazine, if not the world. And out of 32 million companies in the United States, number 61. We built a track record of integrity, of success, and you're going to hear from in one night, I believe you're going to hear from three of the top solar income earners in the world. And I don't know where else you could get that. So we'll bring them on individually. We'll introduce you to you. We're 400. I can start. Charles Thompson's our first speaker tonight. He's going to walk you through the presentation. None of us knew each other before this, folks. So this is not a group of people that just came together and did this. All of the people you're seeing on here tonight, none of us knew each other. We came from different segments. I spent 10 years before this building a nonprofit cancer foundation. Charles Thompson is one of the top energy professionals in the United States. He has built, run, and owned some of the largest energy companies in the United States. He is the #1 representative in Powur with a team of over 4,000 people and an income that would rival any solar professional or any CEO probably of any solar company in the world. But we know Charles as someone who stands for integrity. Even though I'm 100% on the corporate team, the next three individuals you hear from are 100% independent members of our community. Charles is a liaison to our corporate team, as all these gentlemen are, helps us on a lot of the corporate decisions, as they all do. I know him as a best friend. I know him as a great dad. I know him as a great husband. I know him as a guy that you want to go to work with or go to war with, where he has also served our country proudly. So to walk you through our presentation and our model, our first speaker tonight will be Mr. Charles Thompson. Charles.
Mr. Smith, thank you, sir. I can say all the same wonderful things about you, but one thing I'll say in addition to that is that Bobby has helped thousands of power sellers learn this industry, learn the business. He's the top team builder in the company, but he can't build the team. So he works with the leadership in this company. I think last time we looked, it was one person per day was signing up with Bobby Smith. And then Bobby would place them with the right person who would be the good balance, because Bobby can't build a team for corporate. And so much more than that. But we're grateful for you, Bobby. We love your energy, and you inspired us at the most recent convention with just incredible motivational speeches, and wrapped up the event at the end. So thank you, sir. To each of you, Bobby introduced me, but I've been in the industry now for 11 years, in energy for over 30 years. I started as a door knocker back in the day, and I gradually decided to own my own company and built a company, and learned how to lose money pretty quickly in the solar industry. It's not an easy thing to do when you have to invest a lot of money. I ran a couple of the nation's largest solar companies at the time. And one was a $17 billion company, one was a $14 billion company with solar divisions. And neither of them really succeeded in rooftop solar. I saw a challenge in this industry. And I saw an opportunity at the same time when I met Bobby, Jim Bunch, Jonathan Budd, our CEO. And I realized that this is the type of company, this type of people and culture that's going to change this industry. And it went from spending tens of thousands of dollars a month to run my own business to what you're going to hear about tonight, and has created a lifestyle for me that I can't even begin to tell you without trying to sound like I'm impressing you. That's the last thing I want to do, just to impress upon you the opportunity that you're going to hear about this evening. So with that, what I want to do is I want to walk you through a little bit about this industry and about who we are as a company. Bobby mentioned that we are a platform. We do install and sell a lot of solar, but we're not a solar company. Powur is a platform, and you're going to get an idea of what that all means here in just a few moments. Here's kind of the old way and the new way. If you look at the status quo where people are just renting energy from the utility, the rates are constantly going up. And if you look at today, my gosh, I just came back in Texas where the rates have gone up 70% in the last year. Since I moved here to San Diego, the rates have gone up from I think it was 23 cents per kilowatt hour to a high of 55 cents per kilowatt hour. And if you don't know what that means, that's just a unit of measurement of what you pay, like a gallon of gas. So the old way is you have no control. Whereas when homeowners switch to solar, they start saving money virtually everywhere. They're saving money day one. They add an asset to their home that raises the value of their home. They own the energy rather than renting it the old way. They're going to lower their carbon footprint. They're going to pay nothing out of pocket as an option. They can leverage the benefits that come from the feds, that come from local, come from national, sometimes from utilities. And there are now 16 states and climbing that have set 100% renewable energy goals. More and more just adding to that. So what does that tell you? People are going to have to go solar. I always tell a homeowner, you're going to go solar. It's just a matter of when and whether it's by choice or whether it's by mandate. Well, what does that mean? It's a big opportunity. Well, how big is the opportunity? Quite frankly, it's massive. And let's take a look at some of the data. There's 130 million single family residences in the United States of America. Of those 130 million, 90 million of those are eligible for solar. Who knows, those 40 million at some point as the industry changes might also be eligible. Let's focus on that 90 million. Of that, only about 3.5 million have actually gone solar. So that's less than 4% of the eligible homes that have gone solar. 4%, it's 65 years in the makings. Residential solar has been popular for almost 20 years. And only 4% have gone solar. So that means there's 87 million eligible homes. So if you want to think about how big the opportunity is, that's a pretty big opportunity. And if you look at 2021, someone went solar every single minute. And 2022 is outpacing 2021. I mean, this just gives you an idea of the scope, the size, the magnitude of what this opportunity can mean for you. Now, with that, say, well, if it's such a great industry, if it's such a great value proposition, then why is it only 4% of the eligible market has gone solar? We believe it's the model. And this statement made by Buckminster Fuller is pretty powerful to change things. Don't try to fight the existing reality. Build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And he's absolutely right. You can't change an industry. You have to recreate it. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about tonight in terms of how we've done that. And we'll look at what's called platform economies. If you look at the old way of doing business, you can look at Walmart. Walmart made a fairly decent transition to the platform economy. Not as good, obviously, as what you've seen in others. But think about Kmart. What happened with Kmart? I mean, there's just an example. They just didn't want to change. And it changed that entire industry. The taxi industry. When's the last time you took a taxi? Other than when I'm in New York City or in Las Vegas, take an Uber. And now there's other platform type of rideshare programs and apps that are out there. It completely disrupted an industry. It's happening in the travel industry as well. You used to go directly to the hotels. Now you go to Hotwire, hotels.com, Airbnb, platforms. Happened in entertainment. Blockbuster blew up, literally, replaced by Netflix, and now other platforms that have emerged. Platform technologies are disrupting every industry on planet Earth. Now real estate, where the traditional big name real estate companies were effectively way outpaced by the fastest growing real estate company in the United States and in the world, using a platform called eXp Realty. If you haven't heard of them, check them out. You'll have an idea of what a platform looks like. All these different industries have evolved. And this is exactly what Powur is doing in the solar industry. And how we're doing that is by leveraging a platform network, a platform. It's the business model, a platform economy. And the Powur platform connects all the right people who are needed in the industry. And if you look at that, what does that mean? The platform allows us to leverage the best of the best for the homeowner. So through our transparent cost of goods model, and that's a new term for some, what that means is they show you the actual price of the equipment, the actual labor cost, the actual permitting cost. Here it is. And they say, go sell it at a fair market price, and you'll keep some of that. I'll talk about those revenue numbers in a moment. But that gives us access to customized solutions, the best lending programs in the industry, the best equipment in the industry, the best buying power, which means value to the homeowner, an exclusive 30-year warranty called PowerCare bumper to bumper warranty. And Since the homeowner is going to be so happy through this process, we have an ambassador program that allows you to be able to enroll every single homeowner that goes solar into our ambassador program. And anyone they refer that comes to you, and Powur pays them $1,000 out of the revenue, commissionable revenue that would go out to you. You do nothing but just introduce them. And that ambassador program can be used in so many other ways. It can be used for businesses, it can be used for people who touch a home, it can be used in a marketing way, et cetera, all wonderful tools that you get in the Powur platform. You know, when I talk to a homeowner, my very simple presentation is, I work for you. I don't work for a solar company. I don't work for a lender. I don't work for a manufacturer. I leverage a platform called Powur. And that platform gives me access to the best solutions in the industry. So I'm going to get to know what your needs are, and then I'm going to create what's right for you. Most solar people come out, they have to one thing that they can offer you. That's what their one company wants them to sell. That's not us. We leverage the best buying power and the best quality equipment and lending solutions in the industry. It's a game changer. So you might be looking at this saying, well, I've never sold solar. Is this the right opportunity for me? Here's a survey that was done. It was a study that was done among 6,000 sellers in the Powur platform. And there's a couple of faces down there. You can see the stats on them with no experience, new to sales in general. But here's the staggering factor. This is what really differentiates Powur as from being a solar company. We're a platform. More than half of the people who are succeeding in the platform had zero solar experience. More than half. In fact, over 20% didn't even have any sales experience. That's because we have all of the training and all of the tools to help you be successful. So if you're wondering if this is the right thing for you, I hope this gives you some peace of mind that you can look here and you can see, I think, great examples of somebody doing 100 installs, 150 installs, a new person to sales and solar. In fact, that person was in manufacturing. So there's nothing that can hold you back at this point. So what I'd like to do at this time is share a video with you with some of the sellers who have been on the platform. There's, like Bobby said, there's over 6,000. So there's a whole lot of stories that we could share with you, but we're going to take 3 and let you hear what their journey has been like on the Powur platform. Stand by.
I just had my biggest winter in solar that I've had in 7 years. And coming from solar, having a big winter, that says a lot. My fiance quit his job last year, and now we both work from home with Powur. We're able to spend so much more time with our 3 children, and we're able to go on more vacations. I just bought myself a Tesla, and we also just entered escrow for a new home. I really feel like I'm living the dream life.
In just a few months working for Powur, I've discovered the real meaning of freedom, especially time freedom. I get to work my own hours, get to go to the gym whenever I want, and I get to spend time with my friends and family without having to take time off. I'm literally my own boss. On top of it, I've made more than ever before in my sales career.
Cada individuo que entra en Powur es como si fuera el propio dueño de su compañía solar. Porque Powur está enfocado en que cada uno de ustedes puedan lograr sus metas y sus sueños, pero a la misma vez que ayudamos a la adopción de la energía renovable al planeta. Me enamoré de ese trabajo porque ese trabajo me daba la libertad que no tenía en otros trabajos anteriores.
Other companies that I worked for had a terrible culture. I used to spend hours on the road driving from appointment to appointment for leads that just weren't that good. I was exhausted, I was overworked, money was tight, and I had to sell so many deals just to make a decent income. And there was time where I didn't know how I was going to pay the groceries.
Working for a boss in a big company was all I knew. At Verizon, I used to work 60 to 70-hour weeks with zero compensation for overtime. I'd wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, and start all over again. I had to request days off, and I missed a lot of Christmas dinners with my family.
Nací en Puerto Rico, en el 2009 vine a los Estados Unidos por primera vez. Mi primer trabajo fue en un hotel, haciendo housekeeping, con el que limpia los cuartos. En Texas comencé a trabajar con Target y H-E-B. Después conocí Coca-Cola. Cuando me hablaron de la energía solar en el 2018, busqué en Google acerca de los paneles solares. Él me introduce con Edgardo González y Edgardo me dice el plan y la estrategia que tenía para hacer crecer esto. Y yo dije, yo quiero ser parte de eso.
My friend Jonathan Brunasso, who I had worked with in several of my past solar companies, told me about Powur and how I can generate my own leads and offer customers so much more than the other companies. It just felt different, and the culture was completely different from anything that I had experienced. We just got back from Mexico, where Powur partnered with Prosperity Homes, and they took us on an all expenses paid trip. This is what I mean by the culture at Powur. No other company has ever done anything like that for me.
I won't lie, I was very skeptical in the beginning. Having spent my whole career as a W-2 employee, moving from guaranteed paychecks to 1099 was very, very scary for me. It was Jonathan, along with other great mentors, who convinced me that I should switch to essentially becoming an entrepreneur with Powur. When I started out in October 2021, I got help from a tier 3 sales partner to close my first few deals. Since then, I've closed 19 contracts in just a few months, and I've earned more than I ever have before.
I was blown away by how easy it is to enter a lead, and there's so much control that we have for customizing proposals for a homeowner. You can choose the type of equipment you want to offer them. You can choose the type of financing from so many options. And if you know they're getting a roof or an electrical panel, you can put that in right away. And there's so much control that we have to better serve homeowners.
You get the freedom of time and being your own boss, but you also become an expert in your field. The certification courses teach you everything you need to know, and if you ever have a question or need advice, you can dig into the knowledge base or even reach out to the thriving community of Powur sellers. I get to stick to what I do best, which is selling, and leaving the rest and brand messaging to Powur. It really is the best of both worlds.
Powur me dio la oportunidad de que sin dejar el trabajo que yo tenía, podía hacerlo part-time, y con el tiempo, ese part-time podía darme esos ingresos que yo necesitaba para comprar mi casa, siempre y cuando yo cumpliera mis metas. Esa es la libertad que te ofrece Powur. Si tú tienes la oportunidad de alcanzar cada uno de tus sueños con algo que está ayudando a miles de personas a ahorrar dinero, ¿por qué decir que no?
I couldn't have imagined that I would be living the life I am now just 2 years into joining Powur, and I can't wait to see what we do next. My name is Cynthia Alvidrez, and I'm living a powered life.
My name is Jeff Hugh, and I'm living a powered life.
Mi nombre es William Contreras y este es mi Power Life.
And like I said, there's hundreds to thousands of stories like that throughout the platform, but 3 great examples of how they, with a vastly different experience level, were able to leverage the Powur platform. And the opportunity for you is where you get access to be able to build your own solar company from anywhere, virtual. It's through a cloud-based platform. All of the marketing tools that you'll need, a virtual proposal tool that allows you to control and design the system right there with your home, but it comes in all pre-designed. Then you just remove panels. A back office with tools that allow you to send messages, allows you to send graphics, allows you to, you'll see some of the pages that you have access to, homeowner presentation materials, and a knowledge base that it rivals anything any industry's ever put together. And again, that ambassador program that can really change the way you ramp your business up over time. And then how do you earn money in the platform? It's a SaaS platform model. So it's completely different than any solar company in the industry. Powur only keeps 15% of the revenue, 15%, and they are profitable. You receive 70% on your personal sales. So if you look at the margins, your personal sales, you're getting 70%, an average of $6,000 to $7,000 per project. And Powur pays daily, Monday through Sunday. So you don't have to wait until next Friday for anything you happen to get sold this week. On your partnered sales, there's a 50-50 split with you while you're working with what you hear called a tier 3 seller. You'll work with the tier 3 seller, and I'll define that for you in a few minutes, on your first 3 projects if you're new to solar, or more, that's up to you. On that case, you're getting paid $3,000 to $3,500, which is still more than most traditional solar companies pay for the entire sale. And then you have access to revenue share. If you desire to build a team or an organization of any size or shape, that gives you what I refer to as passive income. You earn on project 6 levels deep. Anybody you refer, anybody they refer, on a range of $150 to $550, and that's paid out weekly. And then because Powur truly believes in the entrepreneurship, they want to carry that forward and reward you for being part of this early stage development of this company. You get stock options. Be an owner, be part of Powur, and has exponential potential. There's no limits to what you can do with the stock options. So let's walk through the pathway of Powur. And everyone starts as what's called a tier 1 seller. And the simple basics are, we want you to earn while you learn. And the key words are get an electric bill, submit it into the platform, tag a tier 3 selling partner, and learn. And while you're learning, you're earning money, you're still eligible for rev share, you're eligible for stock options, everything that's involved. If you are a solar pro, work with your first contract with a tier 3 seller to learn how to set you up for success. If you're a non-solar pro, minimum 3 contracts are what you need to do. Many people do 5, 6, 7 because they're making more than they would make at any other company, and they're learning from the best tier 3 sellers in the industry. When you see the training that we have, you're going to see why our sellers are as so fine-tuned as they could possibly get. Then you advance to tier 2 seller, and that's where you're allowed to sell on your own. You can sell 100% of your deals your own. Your leadership is still there to support you, and your average commission is over $7,000 per sale. And that's kind of where you look at this like a full-time opportunity. You can start part-time, or you can start full-time, but you can also transition. And then if you desire, you can advance to what's called a tier 3 seller, where you're actually helping others close deals. You'll earn $7,000 average on your projects, and you'll earn $3,500 average on those projects that you are peered with a tier 1 or tier 2 seller. Those are the simple pathways within the platform. And the training that you're going to have access to, the ability to get to that tier 3 status. If you think you're new to solar, I don't know if I'll ever get there. We have all the training that you need. Interactive support, expert certification courses, a knowledge base that you can put in a keyword, and it's going to bring back the content that's relevant to you. A state-of-the-art training center that we do all of our virtual trainings, a big one coming up next Wednesday, every first Wednesday of each month. Incredible training that comes out there, a 4-hour course that allows you to tap into that, a community of other sellers and mentors, and many different groups have Facebook, WhatsApp chats, you name it. You're getting me to tap into all those. We're one community. We help each other strive and succeed. And then multiple live training options. A lot of the bigger teams have training. They invite anyone. Anyone can come participate. And there's never any concern about different information and such, because everybody's on the same page. Everybody's part of the same team. We're absolute world-class training. Now I'm going to pause on this slide for a minute. This model has contributed to substantial growth, the model you're hearing about tonight, because of our focus on innovation. And if you look at where we started as a humble lead generation company back in 2016, conceived 2014, come out as lead gen in 2016, and watch what happened. We evolved. We had breakthroughs at phases, particularly in 2020, where some solar companies were shutting down, were laying people off. We launched this cost of goods model. And this model then led to a crowdfunding program that blew people away. What Powur did is they gave us options to buy a piece of the future of this company. And it was record breaking for the industry in 2021. In 2022, we launched something called VSS, which accelerates the way you get your projects to perform, cuts anywhere from 7 to 14 days off of the life cycle, saves time, gets you paid faster. You can get your first milestone payment. Remember, I said get paid daily within 48 hours of the completion of the site survey that you can do or the homeowner can do. We launched the enterprise model, which I believe is going to help 10x this company over the next 2 years, and Powur Site. We actually have this ability to work with developers, with groups of installers all throughout the industry through one platform, rather than go out into third-party sources here, third-party sources there. It's amazing what they've done. And the anticipated growth is in excess of $300 million this year. And I can't even begin to say what's going to happen next year. We're setting a new standard for solar, and we're the only residential solar company who is scaling and is profitable. We don't have to invest into infrastructure. We partner with people who have infrastructure. So you've heard about the industry, the massive potential that we have, the products that you get access to, the most flexible, most affordable solutions for homeowners, the income, I believe the most lucrative model in the industry as we know it today, and the company, rapidly growing, profitable, created a sustainable model and is disrupting an industry. And then the technology to leverage a platform that you can scale. You can sell in all of the different markets that we have coverage, and you can do that virtually. We have all the training and all the tools for you to be able to do that. What you haven't heard about is our team and our culture. So what I'd like to do is play one more video in just a moment that allows you to get a chance to see who we are and the culture behind the company. This is going to be Mr. Jonathan Budd, our CEO and founder, and the journey that Jonathan went through to have his breakthrough to create this platform. So let's listen to Jonathan. I'll come back and wrap up. Here you go.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Budd. I'm the CEO and founder of Powur. And if you made it this far, you've probably heard incredible reasons to join our company already. But I want to take a minute to share with you where this company really came from. 12 years ago, 2010, I was making lots of money. I had a successful digital publishing company, but something was missing. And I really wanted the work that I actually do every day to be making a difference, to be helping to solve some of the challenges going on our planet. And I got a call one day from my friend Jim Bunch, and he said, "Hey man, I'm going on this trip with this organization, the Pachamama Alliance, and I think you should come. Can you come to the Amazon rainforest?" For some strange reason, I said yes. So I went down to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance, spending time with this culture that has no concept of trash, that has lived for thousands of years in that forest. And down there, in the middle of a ceremony with one of the elder shamans of this tribe, the vision for Powur came to me. What I knew in that moment was that I was meant to come back and start an organization, the first of its kind, that was going to figure out how to enable anyone to earn their livelihood and participate in the clean energy or solar revolution. And it took me almost 10 years to really figure out what it was, following the clues and the signs that has ultimately led to where we are today, which is this absolutely disruptive platform for the solar energy industry. Powur is truly here to make the biggest difference we possibly can, aiding our world in becoming sustainable, getting as much carbon out of the atmosphere as possible, and delivering the next generation of infrastructure that society is going to be built on. Now, on top of that, our purpose is to reward financially the people who make that happen more than they ever have been in their lives before. We have this fundamental belief that if you get paid really well to do good, then you're going to do more good. The vision for Powur is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And I think the potential for Powur is to truly be a global distributed energy utility that is delivering essential services that we all need for survival at breakthrough costs. This is not just solar power. This is solar power plus storage so that we can become our own utility and we're truly grid independent. This is transportation, whether that's electric vehicles or other forms of transportation that are coming. This is, of course, our appliances and the electrification of the home. This is how we grow food, how we source water. All of these are going to be challenges in the future, and technologies are enabling a new type of way to meet these needs. So this is an incredibly exciting time, and the platform is just in its infancy. And we're now getting to the point where we're able to add so many different types of installers, whether it's HVAC contractors, roofers, solar installers, all of the infrastructure that we need to live in a sustainable world, save money, and lower our carbon footprint, this platform is going to be able to sell and fulfill. I truly think this represents a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and there is no other company, not one, that is close to where we are today in giving you the opportunity to participate. Powur is owned truly by the people. We have now done 2 record-breaking crowdfunding rounds in which we let every single person in our ecosystem become equity owners of the company. In addition, we offer stock options to every single person who joins the company if they hit certain performance criteria. And we want it that way because truly our purpose here is to shift as much wealth to the people who are building the clean energy economy as we possibly can. This is truly the time to leave your mark. This is the time to go big, to make your dreams come true, to build that career, that lifestyle, that best life that you've envisioned for yourself, making a difference, doing it with people you love, and creating the financial prosperity that you know is possible for you. So, it's been my honor to meet you and share with you a little about the vision, origin, and purpose of Powur. Now it's your turn to join this amazing company, and let's go out there and accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy together.
For our live audience, one of the benefits they have is to make comments and read comments from others. And John, to your question, is that Chris T? Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. So I'm sure you'll be able to talk with him. Let's talk about this. Now you can probably get a good idea of why we love Jonathan, our CEO, such an inspiring, amazing entrepreneur with energy that is unsurpassed. But the brain of this young man is absolutely amazing. The mission to accelerate the adoption of clean energy worldwide. So yes, we're in 22 states as of the beginning of next month, and more states will come on as they are actually viable. But we will be an international player again, as we were in the early stages of our company. Many reasons we had to be what we are today. But the culture, the community, the highest income potential that you can have with a reputable company that's built to last with a visionary founder and an incredibly strong executive team. C-level executives from the industry that have changed the industry and saw Powur as the vehicle to make the real change that was needed to go from a 4% market adoption to 20% market adoption over the next 10 years or more. But it's beyond that. You heard a little bit about Jonathan, the culture of the company. Powur is a certified B corporation. There's only a couple thousand certified B corporations worldwide. It's also a public benefit company. It's kind of dual functions here. What that means is they have a mission to do something that no companies really other than B Corps do, and that is to balance purpose with profitability and also to have impact. You can see that QR code. You can click on that and get a chance to see what Powur is doing in the world and the alliances that Powur has to do things for good, using our scale more than just profits. And then you can see what some of our customers say. I think the most important thing, rather than reading these, is look at the A+ ratings on BBB, Yelp ratings, Google ratings. And, look, people understand what social media is. A lot of times people go out there just to complain, and they certainly do about anybody and anything. Look at your favorite restaurant and see what kind of comments they make there. Powur is doing a wonderful job of managing that presence on social media, which each of you will be able to leverage as well. All right, so enough about that. Let's go back to where we started. This is absolutely a massive opportunity. 87 million eligible homes. In 2021, a home every minute going solar. So the question is, how big could your impact be? What is it that you can bring to the table? How can you help this shift that takes place? A shift that could mean, you heard of the word freedom. A lot of us wear that shirt. Time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, and the ability to have inner freedom as a result of that. That's what the Powur platform can afford. But that shift could change your life. It could change your life in so many ways that it could be generational, much like it's done for Cynthia, for William Contreras, and for Jeff Hu. Amazing what they've done. Again, just some great examples. So how do we get started? And I'll turn the floor back over. The platform is a platform. We all pay $99 to onboard into the platform and $49 per month. There's other pathways in the platform we call enterprise, and you'll hear more about that in the future. So if you're a business and you want to hear a little bit more about how perhaps your business can leverage this, talk to whoever referred you and get that question answered. But the simplest and most common way, there's 6,000 of us who came in with this license, and it gives us access to everything: the sales platform, the fulfillment software, the cost of goods, the 4 ways to earn money, the diverse access to all the best equipment and financing that's in the industry, and all the tools and training, and the culture behind this. I will share with you that the training that Powur is just rolling out is called Tier 2 training. It's a combination of a course that I used to sell for $2,500, and no one had a choice but to pay for that type of training. We've taken that training and added layers and layers of really, really great materials that go way beyond even what I had that I was charging $2,500 for. And you get that training as part of being in the Powur platform, the best training you'll ever find in the industry. And I'm grateful for being able to deliver that to each and every single one of you. So the time is now. This is your opportunity to get back to the person who sent you here. But before you do, I would like to turn the screen back over to Mr. Bobby Smith, and then kind of put a bow tie on at the end. That the next step will be to get back, get any final questions that you have answered, and jump on this train. This is going to be an amazing opportunity for you and for your family. So I'll turn the floor back over to Mr. Smith. Bobby?
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Brilliant. Rolling out a new presentation, mastering that presentation, just simply brilliant. Real quick before I interview our 2 guests, we see all the messages in the chat bar, and some of them just get a little bit silly, folks. What percentage of our members are selling what? We're a platform, and people work full-time, part-time, spare time. Some people just want to be a part of our movement. So remember, the facts are the facts. We're the fastest growing solar company in the United States of America, according to Inc. magazine, and no one knows who we are. And that's the magical spot in business, doing something extraordinary, and no one knows who you are. There's 2 gentlemen we need you to meet. Edgardo Gonzalez, are you there? I'm going age before beauty. Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
I think you're partying.
How are you tonight, Bobby?
I am well, sir. I think you're partying in Puerto Rico. So Edgardo, you were there basically in the beginning. We lost our Andrea Budd to cancer a few years back. And I remember the story of you being up and late at night creating proposals when our software wouldn't do it, right? So Edgardo Gonzalez is a man who had a vision. We didn't have all these tools. We weren't spending $100,000 a month in software design. Edgardo, what got you through that period of time, or what was your vision that while you're up late at night creating proposals that we could be this company that we are today? What got you through that?
Well, thank you, Bobby. Well, I always, like to see years from today. And that's what I'm doing right now, planning in the next 10 years. And I knew there was something different about this company, and I knew the model will work. And nothing is easy. I was a businessman. I've been a businessman all my life, and that's how I treat it. I treat this venue, this as a business. When I started, things were not perfect. And like I always said, Powur's imperfection is better than any other company's perfection. So yeah, I work hard. I made a plan, and I made it work. I never thought, I heard some people say, I'm going to give it 3 months. I'm going to give it, 6 months. Come on, man. No business. Do you think the guy from Facebook said, I'm going to give it 6 months, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to go and work in Walmart? You gotta make a plan and make it work regardless of whatever. Never quit, work hard, and just put a plan, in place. And that's what I did, and it worked.
So Edgardo, you not only have you created this magical organization within Power, greatly within the Latino community. You built the state of Texas, and we're the #1 solar company in the state of Texas. Almost 10% of all the solar in the great state of Texas goes through us. I mean, how's it feel to? I know how people look at you, what you've created, and this mission, and the people's lives that you've impacted. I mean, can you share with people? What does that feel like? I mean, what is that?
It feels great. It feels great, seeing people, from everywhere, every state. I just was just watching Charles Thompson talking, and I see that, William Contreras just posted another sale. He's also in Puerto Rico, enjoying with his family. And that's an unfair, that's what I say. That's an unfair, this is unfair. He's making, 10 more money than he spent, on his vacation because of the platform. This platform is incredible. I also, closed several deals since I got here. I have signed people, from my vacation. I've been enjoying life with my family. I'm here with my mom's house. But still working and enjoying it. Is the biggest satisfaction is seeing that people that were making $60,000 a year are making that now per month. Just regular people from all kind of backgrounds. It
Let
feels
me touch
great.
on something you said before. I know you're going to open Puerto Rico. I know you're very excited about. So I know you're a visionary. You're an entrepreneur. You've been successful your entire life. What do you see 5-10 years out? Where do you see this going for you, your team, your family? Where do you see it going?
It's crazy. I don't see retirement anytime soon, because first, we're having so much fun. We travel together. We have, look, all the fun we had together in this convention. I just see more people. I see that the top earners haven't got in yet. That's what I see. I want to bring the top earners of this company myself. I'm going to bring them, and you'll see it. But so far, I've seen so many people having success anywhere. So made a plan. You could probably have 2 jobs right now, making, $50,000 a year. And maybe your goal is to have 1 job and make that kind of money. Power is for you then. But if you want to make, $100,000 a month, Power is for you too. I see people making millions of dollars here. That's my plan, at least.
You're well on your way. Could you take 60 seconds and say something in Spanish to the Latino community out there about where you...
Of course, seguro que sí. Para nuestro querido público latino que estamos aquí, Power está mejor que nunca. Estoy en Puerto Rico, donde nací, y esto no es casualidad. Fíjate que estas vacaciones las tenía programadas de hace tiempo. Power va a abrir aquí pronto, otra vez, pero como debe ser. Y Puerto Rico es increíble, la oportunidad está mejor que nunca. Así que si eres de Puerto Rico o de donde quiera que seas, haz tus planes para aquí, porque vamos a estar dándole duro. Pero no necesariamente en Puerto Rico. Si estás en Puerto Rico, puedes empezar en Power y trabajar, como tengo personas que están empezando conmigo ahora aquí en Puerto Rico, en Estados Unidos también. Puedes trabajar, porque esta plataforma es lo mejor de todo. Trabajamos en donde quiera. Así que ponte unas metas bien grandes, porque Power es para ti. El equipo latino es el que está dominando Power. Así que vamos a ganar y vamos a darle duro. Y estamos haciendo historia en Power. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bobby, for having me here. I hope that everybody understands our model and take advantage of it, because the next 2 years are going to be the big difference for everyone here.
Thank you, sir. There's no way the Power is what it is today without you and William and your team and everything you brought to the company. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for you and Charles and everyone, in our team, for helping us. Our beloved Andrea, I remember those beginnings. That was incredible, working from the beginning, never lost, the vision, and I am enjoying it. I have seen so many people, Bobby, that they don't have the patience to stay, and they're gone. Some are back, but never lose the vision, because nothing big goes quick.
That's true, sir. I'll see you on our island very soon. Can we spotlight Mr. Bernasso? My twin. Oh, you have a twin. Um, so folks, as you're looking in tonight, Jonathan Bernasso was a very successful solar representative at Sunrun. I found him on LinkedIn and harassed him for months and months and months until he finally joined Powur. So, Jonathan, you represent the creme de la creme of the solar industry. You were already great before you got here. You know, I know this was a bit. What made you finally take the jump for the people out there? Maybe there's some solar pros out there. Maybe you want to speak to them. What was that shift, and what'd you learn along the way?
Yeah, I was at Sunrun Corporate, and thank you, Bobby. First of all, I've learned so much from you and Charles, and shout out to Edgardo for gifting me the $1 million earner jacket in Texas. So much respect for the three of you gentlemen. But yeah, you know, I worked at Sunrun Corporate. I used to be at Solar City Tesla. I am licensed realtor at EXP, and I was at Sunrun Corporate making 170 grand, and I had other income streams. And you messaged me on LinkedIn saying, we have another way. Are you open to another model? And I initially said no. And 2 weeks later, you said, by the way, we're creating the EXP Realty of the solar industry. And that landed with me because it's a platform. There's 4 unique ways to earn. And it's coincidental that I'm at my friend's house right now, who's a mentor to me. And I was sitting in this house 2.5 years ago in 2020. And I said, COVID's hitting. It's the scariest decision I'm going to make. I'm thinking about leaving my comfortable job. I've been looking at these guys, putting a few deals in for a few months. And I think I might want to move. And he said some wise words to me. He says, do you see yourself staying there in 5 years? I said, that doesn't sound fun. Do you see yourself becoming a manager there? I said, I already make more than they do. And he's like, well, they'll always take you back. It sounds like you need to make the shift. And ultimately, a combination of things, including COVID, led to me making that jump. And it's the best decision I've ever made. And so many other solar pros on here, like Cynthia, like Paul Leon, like Corey Ventura, like so many other great ones. But not only that, you have Jeff Hugh that's new to solar. You have Chris Bernasso, new to sales, new to solar. And everyone has a unique offering and opportunity here to come in and be successful. So many reasons why I could say, including your pretty face, Bobby. That was it.
And remember, folks, none of us knew each other. I know JC Rangel's a big member of your team. And Jonathan, you lifted the company up. Your introductions to BNI, your introductions to many, industry leaders. You're always bringing us new ideas and really, helping us to get better. You think you just threw a party for now. You have 1,000 members on your team, and so you've built a lot in California. I know you've got some. You want to share your new plans? I think there's some Vegas thoughts in your plans and some Ohio thoughts in your plans.
It's funny. I mentioned this in Texas. I've always looked up to Edgardo and how much are you making per week? And a year would go by and I'd ask him again, and then I would be there. And I always say there's levels to this, right? You can start as a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 team builder. And it's funny, Bobby, I've always listened to your trainings and you've always mentioned building markets, building leaders. And some of these things don't really land in the beginning. But I can tell you, people, the more you listen, the more you build every day, one more step, it just builds and builds and it compounds. So here I am with 2 leaders in Ohio doing a Zoom this Thursday to help launch Ohio. I have New Jersey leaders. I have some leaders in Arizona planning the August 13th Powur Day event coming up. Then I'm moving to Vegas. I was able to buy another house thanks to Powur. And I have a Vegas house in Summerlin with a view of the strip on the left and a view of the mountains on the right. And the guest room has your name on it, Bobby. But it's incredible. Like the fact that I can build teams, and JC has California and SoCal and Anaheim, Orange County on lockdown. I mean, we're growing this thing incredibly, and everyone is welcome to JC's trainings and my trainings, but the opportunity to build markets and build leaders and build states, it's really incredible what we have in front of us.
It is. And the fact that all of these gentlemen have built multiple 6-figure incomes now on their team, whether they get out of bed or not, is rather extraordinary. So John, take a couple minutes because I want to wrap it up before the top of the hour. No one's a bigger visionary than you. You're always telling me what we can do better and how we can do it better. And I know we're looking at, our next moves. Obviously, we're in the battery business, and now electric vehicle chargers, and next it's energy efficient HVAC, and maybe soon electric cars on our platform. Where would you want this to go for the people? I remember we're speaking to our guests out there. Well, where would you want to see this go for them and for us?
And in case the guests don't know, Powur does a summer contest for today's the third year, and they've given away a Tesla that I won 2 years ago, and last year they gave away a Tesla, and this year they're giving away a Fisker Ocean. So there's a summer contest till September 15th. Super exciting. Can't wait to see the leaderboard on that. But if you were lucky enough to be at our Texas convention, Jonathan Budd showed the roadmap from 300 million to 300 billion. And the fact that we are a decentralized platform, the fact that there's going to be 5 ways to earn here, and right now there's 4 unique ways. So stay tuned for August 3rd event. But all those different ways and being a platform lets us have incredible growth. The fact that we can have new to solar referrers, referral partners, solar pros, mentors, tier 3, it really attracts everyone. So that lends itself to explosive growth. And being a platform, we don't own the expensive trucks or warehouses and insurance. We're not reporting negative profits like Sunrun is. So we can add HVAC eventually. We can add roofing standalone, battery standalone, solar, e-vehicles, e-transportation. It's exciting to know that solar, it has a shelf life, right? But we're already planning the future, ladies and gentlemen. Like the diversification, that's what makes us unique. And I just want to kind of end with one little nugget for you all out there. No other solar company or platform has an ability to give solar to the real estate community, the mortgage community, any business in a box, really. But let me just hone in on real estate for 1 second. I had lunch today with a lady who owns a real estate company, but she does financial services. And now she's adding solar to her unique set of offering because all the lenders and realtors out there are suffering and they're hurting right now. I'm telling you, and it's only going to get worse, and they're going to have to exit the industry. And there's a unique opportunity to let them know that they can add solar to their suite of offerings with the best closers around the country. It's just one of 100 verticals, Bobby, that you teach joining Powur, and I'm pumped to be here and where we're going to go. We're just going to continue to build, continue to have more fun, add more income sources, and we're all going to flourish and help customers while helping the industry and build more homes in Mexico. It's the best place to be.
So would you take 30 seconds in Spanish? No, I'm kidding. No one has had a modern greater influence on our company than Mr. Bernasso, and now his brother and JC, and the amazing leaders that are coming up in his team. So Jonathan is just an example of just one of the finest human beings we know, and one of the top solar pros in the world. So Jonathan, we thank you for everything you do for the company as a dear friend now, and we're honored by your presence. Folks, a few closing thoughts. So what was this about? This was about for the guests out there. Jonathan is subtly saying all the things coming back at me that he's letting me know what I forgot to say, or he's adding the things that I may have shared with them. There are some big changes going on in the United States right now. The mortgage industry and the real estate industry are due for major changes. This is designed for 3 types of people. If you've never sold solar in your life, you've just changed the way you think. Maybe because of COVID, you don't want to go back to the job and fight traffic and eat bad food and wear uncomfortable clothes and work for people you don't want to work with in a meaningless job, with all due respect to all the jobs out there. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're one of the 10 million people that want to change. Maybe you're a solar pro who's tired of working for the man when you can triple your income for doing the same thing and earn stock. Why would you work for a solar company when you can own your own for a few bucks a month? And then there's all the linear industries like real estate, HVAC. If you're calling on a homeowner, a mortgage broker, anybody that's calling on the homeowner has their confidence. You should be selling roofer. You should be selling solar to your clients. Why wouldn't you? So remember, the purpose of here is for our guests to get back to the person that invited them here and enroll tonight. Remember, that's the key here in business. Remember, they laughed at Zuckerberg. They laughed at all the great companies. All the companies have changed. We live in a platform economy. As Charles shared, travel, transportation, retail, everything is shifted to a platform. And what you're doing here, you're finding yourself right now in the middle, if you take action, of the biggest shift in the history of man and womankind, renewable energy, perhaps the most important, and platform economies. And here's Powur right in the middle. as the fastest growing solar company in the world, and no one knows who we are. They can't even see us coming. And solar hasn't even started yet. If you're working for a solar company, you've been in that model, they've been doing solar for 25 years, 4% of America. It's a broken, red line, old boy model. This is the future of solar, and this is the future of renewable energy. We are so grateful for Edgardo and his presence, what he did tonight, for Mr. Bernasso and what he did tonight, and for Charles Thompson, who continues to lead this company and innovate along with us on the corporate side and lead the biggest team in the company, including Mr. Bernasso and Mr. Gonzalez, and just being a dear friend to everybody on this platform. So we hope that you got what you came here for tonight. There are major events coming up in our company. August 13th, we're going to have Powur Day again, one of our biggest days in the history of our company, which means simultaneous events in over 20 cities around the United States. You need to find out about that. Get involved tonight and build for that. If it's a city that we're not in yet, you can sponsor your own Powur Day. There's going to be a major announcement next week from our CEO about a fifth stream of income. You can invite people to these things, and you can catch this tiger by the tail. Timing is everything. I met my wife on a blind date. You do not want to look back and say, I heard about that company changing the renewable energy industry. And if that's not enough for you folks, just read the news. Europe is on fire. California is on fire. Our plants are threatened. Our oceans are threatened. Our children are threatened. Our grandchildren are threatened. If we do not act, our grandchildren will not live the same lives that we are living today. It's one thing to make money, and it's another thing to make money doing something that you believe in. Doing something your children and your grandchildren can look at you and say, I'm proud of what you did. Thank you. So thank you to all of us. Thanks to our special guests. Thanks to all the members of Powur. We love you. We respect you. Let's enroll everybody tonight. Let's get them trained. Let's get them to the next event. Let's build for the next things. We are hot. We are on fire, no pun intended. And we want you to be a part of the future of renewable energy. Thank you. Good night. God bless.